Alrighty guys, so here is my Pac-Man Frog. He is an albino Pac-Man Frog. I'm not too sure if he is Cranwelli or Cornata or a cross between the two. Maybe an expert could let me know. I definitely go to the guys that I sourced them from and figure out maybe if they produce them or where they got them from, if they know anything about that for me in the future. This was gifted to me, you guys, for Christmas from my uncle. My uncle gifted me this Pac-Man Frog, and I really should have gotten some footage from day one. He was actually a lot smaller than this, you guys. He's still very, very small. Keep a lot of attention on him. Just try my best to take care of him. Pretty sure he was on crickets whenever the store had him that he came from. But since I've had him, I put him on worms, and boy, when I tell you, worms have bulked this guy up. He's looking so good. I haven't gave him water in his enclosure for about 2-3 days, and so I could tell him sitting in my water bowl today, or in his water bowl today, that is a little dry, and I've been working my tail off. So yeah, we just did a little spritzing down of his enclosure. We're gonna put it back up on the shelf that I have him on. Whenever we're done with it, put the lid on, but right now we're just gonna jump into a feeding. So he's gonna jump into a feeding. He's gonna jump out of there. But yeah, so they live a decent amount of time, man, about 7 to 15 years, man. So this is just like reptiles, even though he's an amphibian. He's gonna give you a lot of time, man. He's made to thrive for sure, and I think they're very slept on. So I really appreciate my uncle for it. And he's definitely gonna get my amphibian game up for sure. That's a definite. You're definitely gonna see more frogs. So without further ado, let's get into it. I just got some little bait shop worms, pet shop worm, bait worms you use for bait. Got them from Walmart. Look, he's ready. Turn this way, son. See if he'll just go for it. Yep. Absolutely. You're a chunky boy today. See what he wants to do for him. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, they live a long time, man. They live a decent amount of time, especially when you start them off this small. I know starting off with them, man, they're really not the easiest. If you know South American critters, or if you just know rainforest, forest dwelling critters, then you know the humidity requirements, the temp requirements are just so detrimental. This frog can't be in temps over 95. Like even 95 is pushing it, you know what I mean? Like that's way too hot, and he likes it for sure. So it's not a beginner species, but it's not too hard to get into. This is my first time keeping them, to be quite honest. And it looks like I'm doing pretty well, man. It looks like I'm doing pretty well. Looks like he's growing by the day. And he swallowed that one down really fast. So this will be the first time seeing if he eats more than one in a sitting. Let's see. So in the wild, in South America where they're from, very muddy, very humid, very moist. There is no safety net. There is no safety harness that you would use. There's no way for them to say, "Oh, I don't want to get any dirt in my mouth." So, but us keeping them in captivity. I'm not a scientist. I'm not here to say that impaction is terrible in captivity, because think about these frogs in the wild, man. There's nobody dripping, spraying down, putting the worm in water to make sure we get as least dirt on it as possible. If that baby Pac-Man finds a worm, which he will, because they burrow, they love to burrow. If he comes across a worm, he's gonna get a mouthful of dirt with that worm, man. So my frog people, get in the comments, let me know about how impaction goes, ways to avoid impaction. Do they pass impaction down easily? Some frog experts say sphagnum loss is just like a true death sentence. They definitely say dirt isn't terrible, but I mean, if dirt isn't terrible, why should I do it like this? But you know, we're just gonna be on the safe side. We're gonna grow him up, and every time we feed him, even as an adult, we're gonna pull him out and put him in another container, a feeding container, and yeah, I think it just helps also too with feeding videos. So get in the comment box, you guys. If you like this video, man, leave a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe. I'm Jay with Exotic Ed, and just be on the lookout for more content in the future, man. So peace. That's his little setup, just a little 5-gallon. He enjoys. Get him his food.